everybody, and welcome back to the Minecraft Forever world. This is episode 3 and we have no time to lose. I am heading off on a 3-week holiday to Europe in less than a week, and I really want to get an episode out before I go, so we are going to be moving at lightning speed today. Maybe. Depending on how quickly these trees drop their leaves. But today I really want to get a start on the farming area. I think opposite the starter house is a good spot to set up a bunch of different farms, crop farms, animal farms and pens and things like that. And today I really want to get a sheep farm going. So that is our main focus. I've already got sheep. I think I have most of the dye colors, and I found a bit of redstone here and there in the cave. So I think that we have everything that we need to set one of those farms up to get us going with wool production. Now, the one thing that I don't really have good access to is bows, because I need bows for dispensers. And although I have a skeleton farm, I don't want to bother with setting up that today. I will run out of time if that is what I'm going to do. But there are a couple of villages nearby, and I figure, although I don't really want to rely on villagers for everything in the early game, I think taking advantage of villager trading just in this one instance is okay. I'm going to set up a Fletcher, and from there, hopefully we can get a trade for bows, and then we can make ourselves the dispensers that we need for this farm. Let's also grab some wheat so that we can breed our sheep up. Now, we will need some fletching tables, so I think we just need flint and wood. Yes, and then we can make 2. I think that should be more than enough. We can already see there is a village right there. So I think that is sort of the logical choice. Now, hopefully there are some villages that are alive. I'm pretty sure when I first came across the village, I did block off a couple in their houses so that they wouldn't run away or get hurt from zombies and other mobs. But you never really know with Minecraft what's going on. Hello, villagers. Just a horse. I've got a farmer villager. You know what? Oh, this guy. Okay. Hi there, sir. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. Oh, doesn't our lighthouse look cool from over here? Would you, sir, like to be a Fletcher? No? Don't want to be a Fletcher. How about a Fletcher? Hello? Anybody? Guys, hello? Would you like to be a Fletcher? Maybe? Not a farmer. A Fletcher. Aha! I knew it. Now, you don't have the stick trade. Okay, that's fine. Do you want to come be a Fletcher again? Sticks? Sticks! Aha! Okay. And now we do the fun early game Minecraft thing of trading sticks for emeralds. And hopefully you will level up and sell us bows? Yes! Bows. 2 diamonds for a bow. I will take those. Thank you, sir. You know, that's a good start. That is a good start. Now, the next thing is to work out whereabouts this barn or sheep farm might actually go. Just over this way is where I think I want to set up our mine shaft, so I don't want to encroach too much into this particular space over here. But I think anything from like around here up to the village or even on this mountain is pretty fair game. We do already have our sheep over here, so I'm thinking maybe the best place for this barn might actually be over here in this sort of area. Okay, let's try and fill this in as much as possible and get a good spot going for where we want this farm to be. Okay, so the first thing, I think this is a good spot right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and sort of mark out the base shape, or I guess the area that I need. So this is quite a big build, so I'm going to go and mark it out with a shovel, and then we will build it in later on. Okay, so this big box will be our main barn, and then of course can't just have a single box. We're going to have some other structures associated with this. The next step, I guess, is to set up the mechanical part of the farm itself. So I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this sort of sheep farm, but you will need, I guess, a glass box and then some redstone at the back. So this farm should be, I think it's 3 by 4 is the size of it. And I'm hopefully going to duplicate it on either side, and this will have enough room for our 16 different sheep colors. I've just made a terrible mistake. We are going to need observers, and observers require quartz. I don't have any quartz, so we're gonna have to go to the nether. I didn't really want to do it this episode, but you know what? We might as well get it out of the way. Now, this is purely a quartz gathering mission only. I don't feel comfortable tackling the nether just yet, but we need quartz, so just going to be an in and out mission, hopefully. Get quartz, get back, so that we can build observers. Now, I think there was a ruined portal over this way somewhere. Now, if I remember correctly, yes. Just over here. Now, how much obsidian do we have? Oh, easy. Okay. Well, oh my gosh, I can hear a trident. What the heck? Not now. I see you. Don't you kill our chicken. I can hear another one. That's the trident one. No. There's the trident guy. Oh my gosh. Hello? Oh my god. This is a disaster. This is why I don't go to the nether. Die, die, die. Okay, he's dead. Did I get a trident? I didn't get a trident. All of that for nothing. You guys just hang there for a second. Thank you. Okay, so we've got one there. And then that. And okay, we have one piece of meat. That's more than enough. Cross your fingers for a good spawn. Where are we? Oh god. This is not what I wanted at all. I just came here for quartz. At least there's not any ghasts. There's some quartz. Okay, there's lots of quartz up there. Okay, I think that should actually be enough. I only need one piece of quartz per observer, so okay. I think 25 is plenty. I'm gonna head home. Okay, so in theory, we will need one dispenser and one observer. This block here actually has to be the dispenser. Oh, that's the wrong way. So dispenser here. We need observer facing this way? I never quite remember. This is where we find out I am actually not a redstone person whatsoever. Observer needs to be facing the grass block. Let's just test this. We'll just do a test build first. It's fine. This guy is not looking where I want him to. Either. Yep, like that. There we go. Something like that. I'm sure there's a bunch of you laughing while you watch me do this, but look, redstone is not something that I'm super into. I want to get better at it, but it's just something that I've never really... It's never really vibed with me. So, next thing we need is a test sheep. Now let's just shear you first, just to check. Come on, are you... Okay. Now, if you come up here... Nope, and... Fall... Come on. Fall in. In you go. You're so close. Go on. Go on. Why? Go on. There we go. Okay, in theory, when this sheep eats the grass, it will be sheared. That's because there's no shears in there. Dang it. It's my first farm in a long time. Cut me some slack. It worked! Yes! Oh my goodness. Okay. So the next step is the collection system. For this, we will need quite a bit of iron, I think. A minecart, but we will actually need a hopper minecart. I think another hopper, and then chest, but also some rails. So we have 2 chests here, a hopper going into those chests, and then a rail and a hopper minecart on top. Yes! Oh my goodness, I am in fact a redstone genius. Now, we can obviously make this a lot prettier down there, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the sheep in these little pens. Okay, that took a little bit longer than what I thought it was, but we now have our sheep farm all set up. At least, sort of. You can probably tell that these are not all the different colors. So I have set up the 16 sheep, but I have not dyed them all their different colors. I thought we could go through that together. I'll just give you a quick look down here. So this is the collection system. This did take a lot more iron than what I thought it was going to, but that's on me. And look, we're already collecting a bit of wool here. Okay, so for completion's sake and for the sake of my sanity, I've included white and black, which we already have. So now we have light grey, grey, black, brown, red, orange, yellow, blue, light blue, purple, magenta, and pink. So we're just missing the greens, I guess. Green, well, lime, green, and cyan. And for those, I think I either need pickles or cactus, and I have neither of those things. So I think we need to go on a little bit of an adventure. While I was doing the sheep farm, I also got a whole heap of llamas, so I think I can tie them into this build as well. Alright, adventure chicken. Let's go and see if we can't find some cactus. I think I'm going to go out in the direction where the sulfur caves are and sort of continue in that direction and see what we can find. Keep those eyes peeled, adventure chicken. Is that another ocean monument? Oh look, Another ocean monument. I'm not seeing any desert. Oh my goodness. Oh look, another ocean monument. Oh, sick. A mesa. Let's first see, without destroying our boat, what you might have for us. Nothing. And there goes the boat. Can I have my boat back, please? Thank you. Now, are you a desert? Look! Coral and pickles! Oh my gosh, this has to be the smallest coral reef I've ever come across. That was a horrifying noise. I am just gonna take your pickles. I'm so sorry. Is this a desert? It is. Ah, yes! Cactus! There we go. Oh, now we can make green dye. Now we can make cyan. Oh, we've got all the colors. Oh, I really want to explore the mesa, but I am on a tight schedule. So time to head home and continue this sheep farm. Adventure chicken? What happened to our chicken? Oh my goodness. Did it die over here? And I didn't even pay attention? I've done a horrible thing. All right, we're back. Minus the adventure chicken. So we can throw these. Oh, I have no space. Okay, we can throw these in here. So we can take the lime green from our pickle, and then the green from the cactus, and if we mix blue and green, we will get cyan. So now we can dye all of our lovely sheep. Now all that's left to do is pop some shears in everybody's dispensers. Oh, and it's already collecting everybody. Now that the farm is actually up and running, the next thing to do is to make this look nice. Obviously, I'm not just going to leave it like this. I do have a plan in mind, but that plan, of course, requires some resources. So, what do you say we get started gathering everything we need for this build? Well, I think I have everything that I need to make this sheep farm a bit pretty. We are going to be going for a barn build, sort of sticking to the color palette that we've kind of established, but incorporating a new block. And I just want to show you because I think this is going to look really cool. So we've obviously been using birch and the stripped birch for our build. We've done some white with the Daystar and Casa over there, but we're not going to do that here. We're also going to be using the sulfur and the sulfur bricks. And I think these four go really well together and will create a great texture for our barn. We can even soften the yellow a bit from the sulfur with signs and buttons and things. And yeah, I'm excited to show you. I've done a bit of practice in a creative world and I think it looks really cool. So sit back and relax, and fingers crossed I see you at the end with a completed barn build. Well, we are finished. Kind of. I say kind of because there's a little bit of tidy up and interior to do, but I do not have time for that because I am leaving for a plane overseas in 2 days and I have a lot of other stuff to get through and I really want to get this episode out. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Let me give you a little bit of a look. So I have this side little house here. Nothing inside except a little workstation and a bed that will come. And then on this other side, we have a little sheep pen. I figured it would be cool to have some sheep just sort of roaming naturally like this. I need to get some white dye actually. And then, and I've given 2 of our llamas home. So this guy is a sheep guard dog, and then this guy is the barn guard dog llama. And then on the inside, I haven't done too much. I think I want to do a bit more here, maybe do some hanging signs or glass maybe with the color that corresponds to the sheep or something to distinguish the colors. And I think I want to give them all names as well. So if you have name suggestions for each of these sheep, please let me know. There is also a little upstairs area that is empty and I have no idea what to do with, but the barn is so big that I figured it would definitely need to have some sort of upstairs loft situation. And then down here, again, I want to deck this out a bit nicer as well. We have our sheep collection, and as I've been building, you can see we basically almost already have 2 stacks of every type of wool, which is crazy. So overall, I think this came out really cool. I love the barn shape, the roof palette that we've got going. I like this grey sort of as an additional color we can use, and the birch and the sulfur blocks really go well together. I also really like this weather vane design. I figured it needed something to elevate it a little bit more, so that's a fun little neat design. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a cool barn? Do you think there are some improvements? I also like the window. Window is a very cool thing as well. But there is one more thing I wanted to do before I jet off on my holiday. Oh, and as I'm rowing, I can't forget the cat tax. So here is the cat tax for this episode. So something I haven't yet experimented with is these dandelions. Now, not just any dandelions, golden dandelions. So these will hopefully keep some lambs babies forever. And I feel like, I don't want to do that. I think it would be really cool to have some babies mixed in with the sheep here. So let's go ahead and make a couple of lambs. And where are they? Oh, the new babies are so cute. And then we've got 2 little lambs that will stay little lambs forever. Well, I think that's all from me for this episode. I'm got to get myself ready for a 3-week holiday overseas. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to Denmark, the Netherlands, and Sweden. Looking forward to that. Hopefully I can go to the Minecraft event in Copenhagen when I'm there. But yeah, that's all for me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry it's a little bit rushed and the building is a little bit unfinished, but that's just the breaks when you're trying to make videos, work full time, and then take a little bit of a holiday yourself. So please remember to be kind to yourselves. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!